Tell me if you're a danger to this universe.
That nigga was trying to go to Barnes and Nobles and got into a street fight, bro. This nigga got into a Street Fighter 6 fight, trying to live in solitude, trying to be a monk. This is probably might be actually the most broken thing that has happened to this nigga. Like, he don't even need to use the rings no more when you think about it. I was expecting him to like do a slash where like he, you know, split the sea or something. Not gonna lie, that's kind of lame. It's getting real sexual in this. Pause. This getting real sus, niggas. Keep going, Guts. Yo, don't say that nigga name. The most sus chapter he didn't drop. Ultra Vegito kills Guts. First of the 5 strongest.
Continues with Vegito looking at the mysterious new swordsman who had just arrived on the battlefield, moments before the God Killer was about to absorb the energy of Boo. And though the heavily armor-clad warrior stands silent, just staring into the eyes of Vegito without break, a puzzled Vegito would then question, huh? First of the 5 strongest, did you say? What on earth is that? Some kind of Korean pop band? I'm afraid you may be in the wrong manga, bud, because those words mean nothing to me.
Oh god.
Before immediately, as if taking offense to Vegito's words, the swordsman swings his obnoxiously heavy blade, yelling, well, maybe this will mean something instead. Huh? What are you?
Like alien
leading to Vegito momentarily stunned in place as he wonders what the figure even plans on doing from such a distance. As the black swordsman then callously brings down his blade with the force and intensity of a god, and just with one swing creates a torrential storm of wind and pressure that blows straight towards the God Killer and Boo. And
he just smacked Boo, bro.
From earlier, no energy left is tossed into the wind like a helpless insect, flying far off. Wow,
that nigga Boo just caught a stray, dog.
Cool. Vegito, meanwhile, is hit so hard by the intense winds, his entire face begins to shift and blow back as the high-pressure air reaches into every nook and cranny and cavity in his face.
So, like, bro, like, Spawn, but with Tamari's powers.
As the wind eventually stops, a smirking Vegito is left with his hands dropped back down and his torso arched, as he looks at the stranger responding, well, I'll be. All that from just one swing of that oversized butter knife? You're no weakling, are you? At least you better not be, because you just got my hopes up for a real battle. Disgusting. But the disapproving warrior would just then place his giant sword back on his shoulder and begin saying, you're just as the Grand Priest had described. A primitive mortal who knows only violence and bloodshed. Too stupid to even know when you are far out of your depths. How you survive so long fighting these so-called gods is beyond me.
I don't really think the nigga out of his depths.
Ends here, God Killer. Huh? But of course the mention of the Daishinkan in the first part of his reply instantly catches Vegito's attention, as he then remarks, wait a second, what did you just say? The Grand Priest? How would you know of him, even in this timeline?
Because they sent him
to which
here,
the standing tall swordsman would just then briefly respond, probably because for starters, I am not from this timeline, my ape-like friend. I was sent here on the orders of the priest himself, to eliminate you once and for all.
Like, this nigga, the priest sent his bodyguards to come kill you, gang.
What? Which suddenly triggers the enraged Saiyan, as he raises a clasped fist and suddenly becomes surrounded in black electricity all over, as he yells angrily,
he had that,
so
got these niggas at the black market.
You work for that damn midget, and I suppose by default, you're also a slave to Zeno too. An ally of the gods, and you know what that means, right, friend?
I feel like more of a slave to the Grand Priest than Zeno, though.
His head would then say, first of all, you do well to address Lord Zeno and Daishinkan with more
never mind.
respect.
Okay, shit.
But no, please enlighten me. What exactly does it mean then? It means that you too must die now! As Vegito
but do they know Hakai?
He had for the gods rushes in with killer intent, blasting forward right towards the hardly moving swordsman, reaching within touching distance in nanoseconds. As once face to face, the God Killer would cock back his arm fully to administer one of his signature devastating punches. But unbelievably, even in his final form, somehow, his punches caught with ease, like a mere baseball in the palm of the swordsman's hands.
I thought he was in that man's face.
He stopped me! This development, of course, taking Vegeta off guard, as this was the last thing he'd expect from one who is neither god nor angel. As the true power of his attack is seen from miles away, creating a shockwave that rocks the very earth itself, even when blocked. You must have got lucky! Now get off! But as Vegito then struggles to remove his fist from the grip of the stranger, he soon realizes just how futile the attempt is, as the swordsman does not budge even an inch. What? Leaving Vegito with a bemused look as he wonders internally, am I seeing this right? Or is this a fever dream? Why does it feel like I'm powerless next to this guy? It's like I'm glued into place. Just how strong is this metalhead's grip? It's pretty strong, God Killer. Instantly being interrupted with an answer from the swordsman, despite Vegito only thinking within his mind. What? You can read my mind?
That's
Leaving
crazy.
Vegito stunned, he can only explain the stranger's outburst in one way. No, I can't. You're just that predictable. Instantly then moving his hand and breaking Vegito's wrist in the process. Leaving Vegito at first shocked as the adrenaline and shock of the moment dulls his
I mean, ain't that the arm that he got the little squiggly, you know what I'm saying, sucker
so
in?
easily, he yells a blood-curdling scream in the face of the warrior. As meanwhile,
Like, it should already be like,
you
you know, halfway broken.
Landing with extreme speed and extreme potency, there's not even moments after being struck, Vegito's entire body is shot away. Smashing through multiple mountains, going through them like pieces of paper in most likely one of the hardest hits the Saiyan had felt throughout the entire series. Meanwhile, though, noticing all of this, of course, are the Z fighters, with Goku saying, and now look, this guy's even stronger than the last one.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, they fucked up this timeline, bro.
Where are they coming from?
Like, Goku and them about to be fighting some monstrosities.
This is absurd! I trained all this time just to surpass Kakarot, and out of nowhere, I'm being blown out of the water again!
I wonder if Beerus
Not
know about
fair.
these niggas.
Damn it all! While the Supreme Kai, being the most nervous of the lot, just thinks, the 5 strongest.
Oh god, so
I
he
know of them.
knows.
I'd heard rumors that the Grand Priest was even among that group.
What?
That fellow really insinuating he's one of the 5?
So
But
this
not down and
nigga
out
was...
yet. Vegito soon explodes with rage out of the rough.
So the Grand Priest was a part of the 5 strongest, which I'm telling you, bro, that's why I say he got them niggas off the black market. That nigga Grand Priest, this nigga Grand Priest been shady then. Like, he just been an ain't shit ass nigga. Like, that tell you right there, he was a part of him? Like, what? If it's a rumor, that shit true, niggas. we ain't saying, we ain't chalking this up to no rumor, nigga. That shit true.
He then grabs onto it and violently snapping it back into place despite the pain. And then with a newfound annoyance, he lifts up his now fixed up fist into the air and yells, "First of the 5 strongest, huh? Get real, and nobody like you is nothing. Allow me to introduce you to the strongest in the multiverse." Before lowering his head with nothing short of a furious expression and continuing,
Talk
"And
your
allow me
shit,
to
gang.
introduce you to my body, as your energy will be mine." Before a strange sound activates
He got
his
armor
black
on,
eye
though. You better
and
hope that shit
sound.
pierce.
But soon, a look of surprise comes across the swordsman's face. But it isn't from Vegito's deadly threats, but instead, what? As the warrior looks into the sky, something far more alarming is seen, with 4 ominous figures in the sky shooting down towards him. And eventually,
So the
when you zoom in,
apparitions?
it is
I'm not gonna lie, this probably not
unbelievable
gonna be enough, though.
apparitions
Like, you
of
said, the
all 4
apparitions,
of
bro?
the angels Vegito has absorbed thus far.
Come on,
With
bro.
Margarita, Cognac, Vados, and
You gotta do
Marginu
better
all
than
seen
that.
rushing down silently.
You gotta send all your
Ridiculous
apparitions
speed,
if you gonna do that, gang.
Seeing this from below, the warrior can't help but think, the angels, no doubt about it. The energies.
And then he's stronger than the
so
angels.
This is the cretin's power.
If the,
Using power of deceased angels for his own usage,
Grand Priest was
and
in
against
there.
their will, this blasphemy cannot be forgiven. As quickly, the swordsman swings his blade back, crouching his stance and readying himself until he launches like a cannon, sword in hand, straight up and towards the 4 approaching angels. And instantly, in a flash, outclassing the speed of even the 4 Ultra Instinct users, the mystery warrior appears right in the thick of things, right in the middle of the 4 until grabbing his sword tightly and be at rest, my angels! Before swiping his massive blade, the upper power.
Be at rest, my angels.
And in one fell swoop, it appears all 4 of the
So I
angels
wonder if they
are
wiped
sliced
for
dead
good,
set
though.
right through the middle, with each of the ghostly angels left shocked as a result. And though despite the slice, nothing seems to come of the attack, the swordsman then turns his head in a look of respect and lets out, "I'm sorry. I vow to free you from this nightmare soon enough, my friends." Before immediately then vanishing from the spot, leaving the angelic apparitions even more bemused in his dust. Immediately then reappearing on the ground below again, staring above at his supposed victims until launching his blade once again with force, he then stabs the very earth with his blade as if
The
trying
fuck?
to injure the planet itself, yelling as he does so,
About to explode
"Your
this bitch?"
suffering ends here!" And just like that, all
You
4
shot
of the
him?
divine beings are sliced right through the middle unceremoniously, as if being affected by a highly delayed attack.
Oh, I
Leaving
was
the
kind of
god
like,
killer near speechless as he
damn.
watches on at the unlikely events, thinking to himself, he just took out 4 angels without breaking a sweat. There's no way.
I mean, bro,
Ridiculous. In a
nigga,
flash,
the Grand Priest was a part of the 5 strongest. Nigga, what you expect?
causing Vegito to become angered to the core, his body instantly once again creating sparks of black lightning out of his own volition.
I ain't
as he
gonna lie,
reaches
both of
one
his
hand
eyes
up
damn
and
near about to turn
inexplicably
black.
then closes his tides. And almost in response, as if the planet were a slave to Vegito, the ground beneath the swordsman suddenly begins
Nah, this
breaking
nigga
apart
getting too
to its
strong, bro.
surprise. And within an instant, a hole
He
of
ain't never
massive
did no power
proportions
like that.
opens to a near bottomless pit beneath the warrior. And as he inevitably falls in, he wonders momentarily, what a primitive move. When would he have even had time to prepare this? Before beginning to fly back up thinking, how foolish anyway. Does he really believe I cannot just fly out? Before just as he said, he then launches into the sky, straight for the entrance of the hole. But just as he reaches the very top and his head begins to peek out, yet another shocking sight greets the ironclad fighter, as his eyes grow wider and wider, and he mutters, "No, this cannot be!
You just not scared, bro.
And right in front of him now,
Nigga, you should be stronger than them too. What the fuck is up with this nigga? Hey, he's supposed to be the number one. I'm not gonna lie, bro. For you to be the number one, bro, why is you scared of the destroyers, bro? You nigga, you're in a group that was a part of the Grand Prix. Like the Grand Priest was in this group. I expect you to be as strong as the Grand Priest. I'm not gonna lie. Or if not, you know, definitely stronger than the gods, bro. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, I'm not gonna lie. You kind of got me. You got me doubting you right now, bro. You got me doubting you right now, and that's kind of sad.
And Topo included, but the worst.
Bro, ain't nobody scared of Topo. Or Catella.
As immediately the reason their hands were stretched out becomes clear.
I'm not gonna. This is a row of trash ass gods. Like this is straight fought Catella, clown. Nigga, the only one I respect is Beerus. Nigga, put Topo in this bitch. Topo? Champa? Nigga, we ain't even seen Champa fight in the real anime, bro. Like, you expect me to believe Champa? Like, come on, man. This who you scared of, bro.
Simultaneously, all of them release the call of the destroyers at full power, straight down onto the
I
helplessly
don't give a
trapped
fuck if they
swordsman.
said Hakai, nigga.
What? Even the destroyers under his control? As the sight of the chosen destroyers by Zeno himself being commanded by a mortal sends shivers
He got
down his
the
spine.
angle, like, it's common sense.
No! As not too soon
No
after,
way,
under
bro.
the might of 5 destroyers Hakai, his very
Nah,
own
I don't
body
believe
begins to
it.
erase
Nope.
right before his
Nope,
eyes.
nope.
Even the strength of their destructive energy is intact.
Nope.
This is truly their power.
He ain't that weak. He's supposed to be number one.
And the confirmation that these are indeed no simple clones.
No way you go
But
out
with this
to the
revelation,
phone,
only anger fills the noble swordsman, as he then says, "Forcing me to annihilate the angels of the Grand Priest is one thing, but now making me lift my finger against the gods themselves, you will pay for this, Vegito."
You gotta be a
And
bitch.
suddenly the swordsman lifts his sword wildly in the air, and mysteriously it becomes coated in a very familiar purple energy of his own. Blade of Destruction!
What?
And just like that, in yet another single swipe, the swordsman sends back the Hakai energy striking
That's
his body.
interesting.
Back
That's
at the
an
destroyers
interesting
themselves,
move.
and with such force, it erases them near
Blade of
instantly,
Destruction.
as the warrior just whispers under his
So
breath.
what are they, warriors of destruction then? They're not gods of destruction. They're warriors of
This
destruction.
move, much like the one that took the angels
Black
out of
market
easily,
warriors.
finally breaks Vegito. As his hands drop, and with a look of pure disbelief, he begins internally reflecting.
I feel like the 5 strongest
He
are
can
like a
wield
private
the power
army.
of Hakai too. He can outspeed the ultra instinct of the angels. He took them all out in a matter of seconds. After everything I've been through, all the hardships, all those battles, have I truly been outclassed this much by some random freak? No, I refuse to believe this. As behind Vegito in his mind, a medley of all the progress and battles he had until this point flashed before his eyes.
Bro, you're not serious, right? Like, it's...
Meanwhile, though, the Dark Swordsman,
Like, what?
now having dismantled
I'm not gonna... Wait, what do you expect from this nigga, though, Vegito? Like, for real, though. Like, you sent some trash out to fight... Like, am I tweaking right now? Like, you sent trash out to fight this nigga, like trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like choosing your weakest Pokemon. Like, it's sending like a Rattata out to fight, I don't know, Lucario. Why would you do that? Like, why would you do that, bro? Like, nah.
the gods just jumps up into the air, landing on the ground with a thud, his erased body returning back to normal as he then...
Like, sending a Magikarp
once
out
again
to fight
snaps his massive
Zoroark.
sword right back down into the ground.
Or Giratina.
Was his very own shape.
That's better. He Giratina.
Now staring at the god killer
That's
with an
honestly what he
unbridled
looked
look,
like.
He lets out coldly, "You. Never in all my life have I ever met a mortal with such disdain, such impudence, and disrespect for the creators. Beings such as yourself should not exist in this plane.
I
The
mean,
demon
can you hear
realm
his
is the
storyline
only
at
place
least?
where your kind can remain
Wait,
trapped.
Demon Realm.
And I will be the one to send you there, demon!" As his face suddenly then shifts to one of pure emotion and anger, his wide, yelling mouth almost even becoming visible under his mask as he swipes his blade back, ready
So
to
there's a
swing,
demon
and the sword
realm?
itself suddenly becomes engulfed in an aura of its own, including
So he
black
can't
lightning
Hakai.
that spontaneously bursts forth all around it. Demon! The only demons here are those you work for, you slave!
Slave.
As totally enraged and incensed by his foe's words, Vegito is quick to angrily yell back, "I'm the one who had everything taken from me!
Facts.
Millions upon millions of lives erased at the blink of an eye! And if those are your masters, then you too will share the same fate!" As immediately, Vegito's true full power begins to
Oh
emerge.
shit, he
with
got the
muscle
little
halo
arc, he got the Arceus
now
arc in the
reappearing
back.
on his back, as his right arm begins to become coated in a sinister dark aura too.
Yo, that's wild how I just compared the other nigga to Giratina, and then I just said this nigga's Arceus, bro. These niggas having a Pokemon battle, bro. I think I've been saying that for the last few episodes. Like, these niggas having a Pokemon battle, bro.
In the palm of his hands, a staff of energy appears right within his palm. Could it be some kind of angel staff? No.
It's a Reaper
Call me
staff.
the Grim Reaper, because this planet will be your grave.
I feel like he more like an Angel Reaper,
And
though.
Vegito, with a massive grin and overflowing with sinister energy.
Like, is his
reveals
Halo
his
thing
hand,
black,
the Godslayer son,
or is it light?
modeled exactly after Goku Black's own, making Vegito now the
You know what I'm
true
saying?
bringer of death.
Okay.
Come here, slave boy! As Vegito, now full of confidence, with all three of the Saiyans within him being utilized, shoots forth with speed straight at the mystery warrior, beckoning him to do the same. Gladly.
Them
Which, of
niggas about
course,
to have
the
a
swordsman,
blade off.
having been confident the entire way through the chapter, kindly obliges, rushing in once again with his gigantic sword, coated in energy in tow. And thunderously,
This shit crazy. This shit turned to a sword fight, bro.
But they aren't colliding for long before the swordsman rotates his body like an elegant ballerina and prepares for yet another swift attack.
Oh shit, okay.
This time crashing on the ground as the unprepared Vegito just narrowly dodges out of the way in time. Or at least, we thought.
This nigga think he
It's as once we
Kabuto.
get a fuller image of Vegito in the aftermath, his right
Or
arm
no,
shows a
Zabuza.
gashing wound, leaking with blood. As Vegito, who already seems tired from the exchange, says, "Damn it, I'm not used to fighting with weapons. This freak must be some kind of sword master. Those moves
no
are
shit.
far more natural." Before looking down to inspect his wound,
He
he
got a
continues,
fat-ass fucking
"That thing is
berserk
no
blade
butter
on his
knife
back.
either. I'm fully powered up, and he still managed to slice my skin with the slightest of grazes. I need to be careful.
It's a blade of
Otherwise,
destruction, though.
I might just have to visit Dr. Sharon
Imagine
again."
all five of the strongest niggas got like they own like weapon of some sort, bro. You know what I'm saying? That deals like some type of crazy damage, you know?
Well, if I can't win by outclassing you up close, then show me how you deal with this!
Me personally, I would have just Hakai this
As
sword.
Vegito then instantly begins powering up in his hand, an
That's
energy
what I
beam
would've
in
did.
response. The type of attack to this point in the story, this swordsman had displayed no usage of, and Vegito knew it. Yeah! Cut this, freak! Immediately tossing the high-powered energy ball that from the looks of it is designed to explode on impact no matter what it touches. But the opposing warrior, not taking the bait, as if utilizing Ultra Instinct, dodges to the side instantly, as the vicious beam shoots right past him. But at the same ridiculous speed as he showed against the Angels, within nanoseconds, before the beam had even completely gone past him, he reappears right behind the stunned Vegeta, already in position to strike again, letting out, "You underestimate the power of the 5 strongest, mortal. A mistake you will soon regret." But Vegito, not one to be one-upped, immediately then displays his own speed, vanishing at the very last second. Reappearing miles away in the distance, perhaps in hopes of creating some space. But with the swordsman already noticing him, he lets out ominously, "Running away already, are you, demon? Get back down on the ground!" Immediately appearing within seconds,
This nigga-
with
this nigga
inexplicable speed
Vegito
yet
kinda
again,
selling
and
right
slamming
now.
his fist right onto the unprepared
You
god.
kind of selling game.
Leaving Vegeta to
Like,
crush
put
down
the
the
sword
ground,
up. I ain't
his
gonna hold
backside,
you, bro.
Now so much God Ki now used, his scythe and Halo even disappeared.
Yeah, put that
As
shit the
injured
fuck
Vegeta
up.
comments, How is he moving like that?
I ain't gonna lie, it seems like he
he's
getting
using
his
instant
energy
transmission.
drained too at the same
Faster than I can
time.
even react.
Cause like, why?
Five strongest.
How is this nigga running out of energy so fast, bro? Like, honestly, see, that's why that nigga should have sucked Boo up. Why didn't you just suck that nigga, bro? You should have sucked that nigga, bro.
Did he really surpass even Ultra Instinct? Eventually then getting onto one knee.
Telling you,
raising
that
his
blade
bruised
fucking
body
him
up
up,
with what's
man.
left of his strength
He
as he
needs to
continues.
Hakai the blade.
Even with all the energy of the gods, the angels, Black and the power of the Margin Seal, I can't keep up with him at all. That sword, could his power be linked to it somehow?
That's what I'm telling
So
you,
let go
bro.
of it once. But almost as if the blade hurt him, it once again in classic style is stabbed into the ground. As the swordsman, still holding tight onto the handle, as Vegeta
Oh,
had
but you
noticed,
know what?
goads him.
That shit do got some type of like delay in the attack. So it may be like deteriorating this nigga from the inside, low key, like while he fights as he continues to fight.
Give it up already, scum. In these weak universes, you may have convinced yourself of being
Weak
powerful,
universes.
slaughtering these second-class gods and angels, but you fail to realize the difference between gods and those that came even before them. There are levels to this game, mortal, and you're barely past the tutorial stage.
I really feel like the gods we got now are probably weaker than the gods that we had before them. Like, these gods is like bitches. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. Like, all these niggas ass. Like, every single one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have not done anything that really impressed me. Every single one of them. So.
Children more powerful than you in my time. What did you say?
There's no way.
This speech, however, does nothing more than fuel Vegito's anger even more, as he grips his fist tightly and yells back with Saiyan pride.
Man, I'm trying to go to
Shut
his
up with your
universe. What the
lies.
fuck they working
The things
with?
I've gone through, the power I've attained. You are no match for me, let alone the priest and that toddler. I refuse to believe
That
it. If you
toddler.
keep pushing me, you and this entire multiverse
Nigga Zeno
find
just caught a
yourselves at the
stray,
foot
bro.
of a power that will haunt you forever. But unfazed by any of these threats, the swordsman just pulls out his sword once again with force and screams back, "Enough with your insolence! You are nothing but a deluded insect in a world full of giants! Your story ends here and now!" And in a completely unexpected move, the first of the 5 strongest.
So I hope that
tosses
bitch
his
ain't
own
like a
sword
homing
with
missile.
unprecedented speed, as it shoots off straight for Vegito, looking more like an energy beam than solid objects. But despite everything the first had said, in the end, Vegito just at the nick of time would be able to move and dodge completely from the blade's path, as it shoots past, with no
Unless it
sign
like
of stopping
turns back
anytime
around.
soon.
You know.
This development leaving the god killer of a smile, as Vegito then perhaps prematurely says, "You see, that's what happens when you underestimate me. Now you have no sword and..." What?
No,
But just as
nigga.
fast as the sword was thrown, so too does Vegito's facial expression turn to one of pure astonishment,
tell me this
as his
nigga
eyes
got hit
burst
in the
open
chest.
wide, along with his mouth, unable to say any more.
Please don't tell me you got.
And right in
Oh
front
shit,
of him
he ain't got
again,
shit.
with that miraculous speed, the black swordsman appears within touching distance of the god.
It was a distraction.
Instantly though, Vegito snaps back into action, and the two titans then clash together, one fist
Bro,
clasped by the
watch
other
your
on
back,
either
he tryna
side,
impale
and
you,
both spew
gang.
black lightning from each of their bodies. At first, looking solidly into each other's eyes at a deadlock until, with a rageful change in expression, Vegito tenses his muscles and shouts, "So, now you think you can test my power without that little dagger of yours? I thought I told you not to underestimate me. I guess you weren't listening. Bow down to me!" As immediately with no more words to be said, both Vegito and the armored warrior yell at the top of their voices, as each becomes surrounded in an almighty aura. And from a distance, just the standstill of the two struggling creates a concentrated mass of energy so large and so powerful, it would erase any and everything that would dare come close to its vicinity.
Nigga cap.
But of course, still in the background,
Goku the only one watching, bro. Where is everybody else at?
Carry on watching as their very planet rips apart. As Goku comments, I've never seen anything like this. Just their auras are doing all this. If this keeps up, the Earth will be done for. But while the Supreme Kai is in a similar state of shock and awe, he would just think, this is unbelievable. What should I do?
This
Would
is
Beerus
some
even be
crazy
able to
shit
do
just to
anything
be
to these
watching.
two? But as the Z fighters watch on,
Oh,
back with
shit.
the God Killer, a stunning development has been made.
Oh,
As finally,
shit,
the
that
stairway
nigga really
has
ain't- he
seemingly
ain't got it like that without
and
the blade.
swordsman with what looks like a
Unless
blade-
he putting this nigga Vegeta right in the spot to get impaled, bro. Like, cause I ain't gonna lie, I feel like that blade could just like really just like dive bomb this nigga right now.
His face is forced somehow onto one knee.
Or unless
Of
Vegeta
course, all
jump
the while,
and
the smiling
dodge
Vegito
it.
continues to push down as he yells, "Yes, like I told you, bow down to me!" And now, absolutely brimming with arrogance and confidence, after proving himself that he is in fact stronger than the so-called 5 strongest, Vegito, with a truly demonic smile, would then let out, "I told you, I truly told you, just as much as Gohan told Cell. Once you pushed me, there would be no going back. There are no limits for us Saiyans, and your energy is now
See ya. That's what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, you ain't even think. Oh my
A
god.
certain sharp object seemingly slightly preoccupied and still gripped by his
Nigga ain't even think about this shit, bro.
Overpower me, get real.
Like, he set you up for that shit, gang.
Before then jumping straight into the air to catch his flying sword. The same object that just pierced right through the god killer. And at first, there is no reaction, but as soon as the handle is grabbed, in some of the most brutal and bloody scenes of the entire series.
But see, this
the
nigga can
aftermath
just
of
put
the
his
attack
body
is
back
finally
together, though.
seen. With Vegito cut through perfectly through not only his stomach, but also through his right arm also. A stunned look on his face as his body parts begin to separate due to gravity, with him just muttering, You got me. How? Before the slam, simultaneously his
God.
severed arm and torso fall to the ground, while his spurting with blood lower half just drops to his knees. And with his chin now dug into the dirt, the still completely gobsmacked face Vegito, laced with adrenaline in shock, leaves him muttering nonsensically.
I don't know, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Bro. Feel like the rings or something can just like help this nigga, you know what I'm saying, with that, you know. You know what I'm saying? Put a band-aid on this nigga. I feel like it's like a soft wound, bro. Like I feel like these wounds aren't even really hurting this nigga no more like that.
This can't be the end. I'm afraid it is, God Killer. But the swordsman, not letting up with his now absolute humiliation of Vegito, then looking down at his prey, would say, "You truly thought so much of yourself to believe even as a lowly mortal, you could overpower one of the five. And it's that overconfidence and naivety that will lead to your demise here. You have lived for decades, while us higher beings have survived for millennia. You could have never reached our level, let alone that of the Dai
This
Shinra.
nigga just mortal shamed us.
And now,
Nigga just mortal shamed us.
dirty my blade with your wretched blood." Before the armored foe would then walk closer to the downed Vegito and immediately lift his sword above his head and right in line with Vegito's neck, ready to finish the God Killer in the most gruesome of ways, while Vegito, trying to clutch onto any way to survive, would yell, "No, no, my time rings, I'll be back, I have 7 lives!"
See, that's what I'm
The swordsman,
saying.
still holding his sword, would just coldly respond, "Do you really believe that? Or have you conveniently forgotten that I chopped that hand of yours too?
What the fuck
There's
that's
no
supposed to
coming
mean?
back
That
from this
don't
one.
mean shit,
No plot
nigga.
armor and no arch to save you from this
Okay,
one."
nigga.
What? My hand! No! Stop! Leaving Vegeta to yell one final time in vain before... Die, God Killer! But that was it for today's video, guys. If you made it...
That nigga's not dying. That nigga's not dying. Let's keep it real, bro. Let's keep it a buck here. All right. Let's talk about it. He's not dying. Okay. Bro, even if you chop off your hand, it can still have a little, it can still, you know what I'm saying, the neural link's still there. Your brain's still a little bit early, you know what I'm saying? The nerves might still work. I ain't gonna hold you. Nerves might still work. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he could really just come back. You know, if this not like some type of genjutsu he didn't put the nigga in or something, you know. Or what if he just Majin Buu himself back together? I'm not gonna lie. I figured this nigga was guts. I dead ass said, bro, I was saying he got the berserk blade the whole time. I just knew this nigga looked familiar, huh? He like guts, but like Spawn and with Gantz powers. I don't know what type of powers Spawn has. So like Gantz powers in his blade. You know what I'm saying? With a delay. That's crazy.
So our story continues with the still unnamed mysterious swordsman, prone and posed, ready with his sword still above his head, ready to behead Vegito in one fell swoop. But before he does so, he has something to say. God Killer, before you go, before you leave this realm forever, tell me, is there anything you'd like to say? Any final words to utter out into the cosmos? Words of regret, words of anger. Say them now, and I shall remember.
I know y'all be
even
irritated
if nobody else
hearing me
will.
scream that shit.
Twist now seemingly at peace with the situation, but grumbling Vegito would then reply, "Last words, huh? You couldn't get any more corny if you tried, Iron Man. I don't even know your name.
He really
Just that you're
spawned.
part of this so-called 5 strongest. That no matter what I did, I couldn't beat you. What final words does someone that pathetic need to say? Just be done with it already." To which the Black Swordsman would then respond, "Though you are correct, even with that blasphemous power you stole, you were no match for me. You were still far stronger, at least, than expected. You have earned the right to know my name in your final moments, warrior. My name is Guts, first of the 5 strongest. Guts."
Fake ass guts.
The hearing of this name sparks moderate interest in Vegeta for some reason, as he briefly lets out, "That name, it sounds familiar.
How?
Guts. I will remember that. Maybe one day we can fight again."
How?
But the still professional and stone-cold executioner, not interested in comforting the God Killer in any way, would then just respond, "Not in 1 billion years, Vegito. Once I slaughter you here, you will enjoy the other world for less than a second, before I erase you myself.
For less than a second.
You and I will never meet again, and nor will you ever get to see the Grand Priest or Zeno. You caused untold damage to this multiverse already.
Man, I just want to know, do this nigga got a
No longer
Hakai
even have
blade?
Gods or angels to watch over them now. And us members of the strongest will now have to be called in to take their place temporarily.
Oh
Before
shit,
the
that's
siege
crazy.
hits Vegito's severed hand, and the swordsman continues. "And
That's not such a bad thing though, right?
You created in all these timelines you should have never entered. All things must be corrected. And yet again, it will fall to us and the Time Patrol to fix things."
Man, fuck Trunks, nigga. He ain't fixing shit, nigga. That's who he need to get rid of. Honestly, that nigga, you know what I'm saying? He really gonna fuck up the timelines.
I hope you enjoyed your little joyride, but you finally run out of gas. As in a tempered but reserved laugh, knowing still that his time was over, Vegito, trying to make light of the situation, would then say, "Did I really cause that much trouble? Funny, I hadn't noticed. Well, it was a good ride. But hey, at least they took the best of the 5 strongest to take me down in the end."
Yeah, that's what I was
As a
saying.
Saiyan,
Like, this nigga's
my
number
pride
1,
can't help
bro.
but be pleased with that. I heard from Whis once, even the priest was a part of the 5. So if I'd just beaten you, he would have been done for too. No. But almost as if not able to let Vegito die with his fallacies, Guts looks down and reveals coldly, "You couldn't be further from the truth. And honestly, it's too pathetic to watch you go on and not correct you.
Okay.
The 5 strongest in the multiverse used to contain the Daishinkan,
Alright.
but no longer does. I am the first, and by that, I mean I am the weakest.
Oh.
All 4 above me surpass my power, and the
Oh,
Daishinkan, he exists even further beyond than that."
Yeah, that's why he probably can't be in top 5 no more.
No!
You died to the weakest. This nigga like, man, I died to the weakest.
Is then spread out right before him. In a state of complete denial,
Nigga
he
Zeno
mutters,
just smiling.
"That can't be true. But why can't I sense any hesitation in your voice? I trained so long. I made the destroyers and angels look like playthings. And you're telling me I was still so far below Zeno and the Grand Priest? No! What was this all for then?"
I ain't gonna lie, the Grand Priest is that
You've
strong,
said enough,
bro.
God Killer. As Guts, no longer willing to wait any longer, grips his blade tight and then... With the ferocity and anger of all the gods and angels Vegito had slain, Guts then swipes his blade, head on now, straight for the God Killer's neck. With this time, no looking back.
Okay, it proves the 5 strongest is stronger than the gods of
But
destruction,
just as he
though.
reaches mid-swing, something catches Guts' eye from behind that he just cannot ignore. What is that?
Multi-shadow
As
clone
unbelievably out of
jutsu.
nowhere, the majin boo we had all completely forgotten about
I know.
rises as a wave of pink goo, right behind Guts, ready to make one of the 5 strongest his own.
Oh shit, he
Which all
finna
happens so
suck
fast,
that nigga.
mid-swing,
Oh!
Guts instantly vanishes, saving himself from whatever this stranger with God Key was.
Majin Buu is probably about to fuse
also
with
shocked,
Vegito
but
then.
unable to process yet whether this was a good thing or a bad thing. But with Boo missing the first,
'Cause he did say, "I owe
the
you."
body of the downed Ultra Vegito. His torso, severed legs, and hand included, as it seems Vegito may have just fell to an even worse fate in the end.
Not really.
No! As in the end, slowly
He
but
about to
surely,
fix him.
all of Vegito then becomes one with Boo, as his lifeless legs move further and further into the pink goo. Eventually, we see high in the air where Guts had reappeared, far and away from any danger, as he stares down at the pink vicious mess on the ground in confusion. As he looks on disgusted, he thinks to himself, "What just happened? What was that? A creature from this planet? Impossible. Its key felt divine, ancient, like it had been around even before my time. And now what? It seems to be feeding on the God Killer. Did it just steal my kill?" Before soon enough, we all observe as the mass of pink goo condenses down into what seems like a small circle, too small to be fitting the entirety of Vegito's body. And the swordsman, too, watching from above, also makes his own deductions as he says, "It actually appears that whatever that thing is, it is killing him.
It's not
I can
killing
sense
him, bro.
Vegito's life force fading away quickly. Sorry, God Killer, but it seems karma predestined you a fate even more gruesome than I had intended. How fitting. The same planet you fought to avenge is the same on which you will die. My job here is done."
He be fucking up all these planets, if we being honest. So, like, nigga dying on this planet is probably just.
Even if I didn't manage to retrieve those time rings. And Guts, thinking he has eliminated his target, just as the Grand Priest had requested, he then begins flying further into the air, before totally turning his body and flying off back from wherever he first came, just thinking, that God Killer.
What?
His power
Bro,
was something.
What the fuck? Nigga, you just flew. Nigga, you didn't even see. You. See, like, that's the issue, bro. Like, he's not even fucking dead yet. You, like, I get his powers dwindling, but, like, nigga, you turning your back. Nigga, wait till the end.
Else.
What is wrong with characters, bro?
He possessed God Key, but find a way to take it from true gods, too.
Like, what if
But
the
as
pink
Guts
blob
leaves,
just
a
suck
new
you up
development
too,
begins
nigga?
back with Boo as the blob begins to move. Before
Not
the
only
blob
that,
slowly into
what if the pink blob just start killing Goku and them? Just fuck them? Just fuck them. Fuck everybody else on this planet. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, these niggas evil. Y'all need to die. Cause y'all keep saying fuck Earth. Like, every time, bro. Every time y'all keep saying fuck Earth, bro. No matter what timeline.
Statue of pink sludge. Until finally, a pair of familiar feet and familiar gloves then reaches out of the goo as if the goo itself was formulating the figure.
Oh,
As shocking,
shit.
in the aftermath of everything, once the pink goo had fully molded itself, Majin Buu finally appears once again.
No, he
now
really ate that
unbelievably
nigga.
clad in Vegito's full gi, gloves and footwear all repaired, at first seeming his usual dead silent self until Boo won! I told you! You should have never messed with me, human! As the new Ultra Boo then suddenly bursts out in a maniacal laugh that not only fits what we once knew of Boo in the original timeline, but of course, that of Ultra Vegito too. Whoa! Boo's back! Did he just absorb the other guy?
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Bro, and that's what I'm saying, though. Nigga like you absorb them and then you just let them walk off. Why don't they keep letting niggas walk off?
Well, Kakarot, this isn't good, you clown. He was out of our league already.
Right.
But now he has that other one's power too.
And then Gus just leaves.
Who's far more fearful and full of dread over the situation than anyone else, just steps back whispering, "No, it's too late. I failed as Supreme Kai. What even bearers could beat this Boo?"
Well, I don't know. This Boo might be chill still.
Need to leave.
He might be chill.
What now? As finally the swordsman is last to react to the loud roar and power of the new Boo, as he then realizes, wait a minute, this energy is the same as the God Killers.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, you ain't gonna be able to chop that nigga down.
Immediately vanishing, and then reappearing back on the ground confidently before the powered up Boo. Boo noticing himself the swordsman, which he knows to be no pushover, then immediately returns to quiet, though black lightning continues to surround him along with his monstrous new aura. Then inquiring, what do you want? You want to fight Boo too? To which the cold as ice Guts would say back, well, that depends. Boo is your name, you say? Tell me who you are.
He just told you who
he
you was.
possess is not something from this low-level planet. And most importantly, tell me if you're a danger to this universe. Because if so,
man, that nigga was trying to go to Barnes and Nobles, bro. that nigga was trying to go to Barnes and Nobles and got into a street fight, bro. Nigga got into a Street Fighter 6 fight. Nigga trying to go to Barnes and Nobles, trying to live in solitude, trying to be a monk.
But hearing this in almost classic Godkiller style, the new Boo begins to chuckle, but not for the reasons we'd expect, as he says with a smile, finally, someone on this planet who hasn't got violence on their mind 24/7.
Okay.
No, I am no danger to this planet,
Alright.
let alone universe. Boo seek peace, quiet, and food. Now, if that is all settled, I will see you, But for some reason, Boo's peaceful speech is then instantly cut short, as he looks at the sky with wide eyes,
rip out this
his
nigga
body
shit.
is frozen in place.
Oh no. Wait.
No, not you again! As he yells loudly, still in the same position, until we peer deep within the confines of Boo into his inner workings and finally find Ultra Vegito.
What the fuck?
Of course, trapped within the body of Boo, unconscious and encased in a thick, meaty, brain-like pod that resembles a strange Scotch egg. And as we zoom in on his
That
uncharacteristically
nigga
calm
meditating
face,
in your
we
shit.
see,
He's
though he
soft.
is completely
That
silent,
nigga marinating in your body right now, sucking up all your energy, gang.
he remains in his final form until... Within
Telling
a
you
flash,
about to rip out
Ultra
your
Vegito,
shit,
the
bro.
God Killer, opens his eyes
This
once
nigga like a
more,
parasite
with his
inside of
signature
Boo.
sound of his black eye ringing through. No, stop it! And once more, the new Majin Boo is left to react in confusion again until... The creature screams to the heavens themselves in intense pain as if he's being murdered from the inside. As he then suddenly slams his own hands onto his face in terror, as if trying his best to stop
That's why you
something
never should have ate him,
exploding
bro. You
out.
should have just assimilated with him. You should have assimilated
In the
with him.
process of doing this,
Is
Ultra
Spawn
releases
Guts
the
running
flurry of
too?
energy once more. So much so that he momentarily blows back the first.
Nigga swinging the blade in the air.
Look, Guts thinks, what now? What's happening to this thing? This power level is reaching dangerous levels. It's reminding me of... But as Guts thinks deeply on what's happening before his eyes, Ultra Boo's arms finally drop down as his groans quieten down. Whatever was happening to him has finally stopped, but just what was the result? Well, hello there. Funny seeing you again,
Nah, he
Guts.
got two black eyes,
And
bro.
shockingly, it is finally revealed
The
that
Lucifero
Ultra
really
Boo
taking
has
over,
evolved
gang.
into a spitting image of Vegito himself, complete with his voice and personality.
I wonder if Lucifero
But
is
how?
one of the five
His margin
strongest.
symbol even missing,
Or like
Vegito
something higher
now
than him.
becomes a literal margin.
That's, you know what? Lucifero is probably who the Grand Priest was fighting, because like I feel like the Grand Priest is an angel, and Lucifero, that's got to be like a fallen angel, right, or something like that, or unless Lucifero is the Grand Priest. Nah, but they said the Lucifero dead though. I think, cause yeah, like I could have sworn it was somehow taking over this nigga body in a way, cause that's how you got the black eye.
You're back! How? Causing even the normally cool and collected swordsman to stumble back in absolute disbelief. As he questions further, why are you back in one piece? Why are you fully healed? Where is Boo? Leaving the God Killer to just giggle in classic style as he then begins to finally explain, well, it's simple, Mr. First of the Five Strongest.
Boo really him.
Boo is me now.
Yeah, he really him in the first place.
Just as Bubbly's Majin seal had no effect on controlling me, so did Majin Buu's attempt at making me a part of him.
Yeah.
My willpower alone turned the table.
He is his willpower. He is Buu's willpower though. Like if you think about it, so it's like the Buu is made of him. So the fact that he could just take over Buu like literally makes sense.
Part of me. Oh, ridiculous! I knew I should have taken that blob out. Leading to Guts immediately swinging his blade up in anger as he continues. Take as many beings as you want into you. If this job is not done yet, then I'll simply just do it again. As without warning, Guts
it's not about to do nothing,
and
bro.
intense speed slices through.
See, now that nigga body is made of pink blob.
Fashion, and once again, Vegito is left in 2 pieces. No!
Nigga,
Not
stop
again!
it, bro. Stop it, nigga. Stop it, nigga. I already know, nigga.
As in a sudden, inexplicable
Nigga,
shift
pink
of
blob, he
mannerisms,
pink blob now.
Vegito
This nigga
finally
is
does
evolving
it
every
without pain,
time.
despite visibly having just been cut in half. What a glorious ability this Buu has.
Yeah.
Utterly amazing. As unbelievably, we then get to
This
see the
nigga has
transformation
absorption
of
now.
what
Like
Vegito
this
has
nigga
said
is
about
a
becoming Buu
sponge,
himself.
bro. Like he's a
Almost
whole
immediately,
sponge.
flakes of pink goo begin bridging the 2 parts of Vegito's body, regenerating him
This is
instantly.
what I was saying. I
He
figured
never
this
touched
was
in
gonna
the first
happen, bro.
place. What sorcery is this? God killer, what are you?
I ain't gonna lie, RJ, you kind of saved. You is saving that nigga. Like, if you think about it, bro, this nigga RJ saved. The plot is really actually kicking in now. Because, like, bro, that nigga did not finish Buu off. And then that nigga Buu literally tried to eat him, bro. It wasn't even like, oh, this is all a part of my plan. This is more like, nigga, the plot low-key just saved that nigga. I ain't gonna lie. RJ really did save that nigga. You know what I'm saying? That 4th wall kicking in for real, for real.
But his yelling contempt is interrupted with lightning speed. As Vegito
I'm telling you, you
finally
need to
lands
break
on
the sword.
Even wielding a smile as he says, I think I'm just about done listening to your screams, mister. I think it's high time you went to sleep. As immediately, with just that simple jab, the power he unleashes sends the legendary first of the 5 strongest, crashing through multiple mountains to a thunderous collision against the final wall. Once again alarming the totally ceased in disbelief Supreme Kai, who lets out, That's a Saiyan? He just landed an attack on one of the 5. That can't be possible.
I mean, he was low-key sticking with him the whole
Citizen near
time.
his level. When we return back to Guts, he lies sat with his sword stabbed into the ground, having used it to force
And he the weakest of the
flying any
5.
further back. As he then thinks, his power and speed. This is on a whole new level than before. But why?
'Cause he
Just
got his
what
full
was that
power
creature from
back.
Before? And why
He
is it
literally
made
was
such a
fighting with,
difference?
like, half strength or
Looks
whatever.
like his power has been
Or
multiplied.
maybe, like,
Whatever
25%.
this is, I cannot let him touch me again.
Then on top of that,
will be the last
he
of his
is still a
demonic
Saiyan,
hands,
so
dirty in
Zenkai.
my being. Dirty in your being? When was the last time you even watched that armor, you pile of junk? As suddenly, an extremely familiar and witty voice we all know calls from afar.
Is Vegito still getting
And of course, when
Zenkais?
Guts finally does turn around, it is revealed to be none other than Ultra Vegito standing behind on a distant mountaintop. Quickly, Guts in response then jumps back to gain further distance and survey the situation better. Before internally he thinks, his presence, I can hardly detect it now. His speed, it's so fast, I can never tell where he is at any one time anymore. Something has happened to him. Did he truly become what he warned me of?
That nigga's one with the Speed Force now.
But as we zoom in closer, we see the Saiyan standing tall with his arms folded and looking down smugly saying, Oh, you poor, poor fool. I bet your mind can hardly compute what's going on now, can it? It's simple, really, though. I am not the same man you fought earlier. I am now the most powerful Buu in history. I tossed away my humanity in order to kill the likes of you and your damn leader.
Okay.
Not the biggest leap, though, after becoming part android. But for the sake of delivering justice, I will do anything.
No, nigga, that is a
Before
pretty
the
big
bull
leap.
white smile,
Nigga,
he
think
continues on.
about this, bro. The androids really, like the androids compared to Buu, them niggas is fucking trash. Nigga, them niggas can't put their bodies back together. Nigga, you hit them with a good enough beam, you can disintegrate they shit, bro. Like, what? That nigga Cell stomped out 16's head, bro. Like, what are you talking about, bro? That shit is up. This is probably might be actually the most broken thing that has happened to this nigga. Like, he don't even need to use the rings no more when you think about it. Because now, like, you cut him, you attack him. Like, for one, it's probably going to just feel like punching Silly Putty or something. Or, like, Clay. Maybe not Clay, though. But you get what I mean. Slime, like Nickelodeon slime. Till you cut him, this nigga blood is congealing. It's congealing in him and just stretching him out. He just putting himself back together, nigga. Like, the fuck? This nigga's a Lego piece now. This nigga's a slime Lego.
Tremble, for I am no longer this feeble mortal.
Right, you ain't
gods
no
love to
mortal
keep
no more.
calling me. I am something far scarier. A monster. A thing of nightmares that will now add you to my
This
collection.
nigga's
of
Monster
souls.
Garo, bro.
Come here and give me your energy, swordsman. as Vegito then slowly lifts up one finger in what looks like a very familiar scene to OG Dragon Ball Z fans. And then...
what the fuck that is.
Immediately,
Is he sticking up the middle finger?
in its very own aura as he goes to the legendary warrior. Accept your fate, Guts.
I don't get what
Just
he's
try
doing.
and slice me up. You will see firsthand just how large the gap between us is now. And all I'll need is this one finger to stop you.
Oh, he about to pull a Mihawk.
This total disrespect, of course, not going down well at all with Guts, as he stands astonished at Vegito's incidents, after only just minutes earlier being on the foot of death. As he yells, "One finger! This damn demon now thinks so little of me to bluff so sparingly.
That nigga ain't
How
bluffing.
dare you!"
I kinda wanna see Guts without the mask. I hope he unmasked him.
Immediately rushing in at the still overconfident Vegito, while Vegito just stands motionless with a smile commenting, "Feared by the demons, you say? What an interesting tidbit of information, my friend." Until finally, Guts swings his blade with full might, but unbelievably, with a metallic clang, Vegito does indeed stop the blade with just his finger alone. And on, not believing this to be possible, Guts would try his luck over and over, chopping away at Vegito as the God Killer.
I'll just say you punch the blade and just end that shit. Like, Hakai this nigga blade, bro.
Impossible!
I don't even think we gonna get to
Eventually,
know how
the
this
time
nigga
for
blade
Guts
actually
just
work. I
finally
feel like
stopped
we're not
instead,
even gonna
not
get
being
that.
able to even comprehend what is even happening now, as he thinks, "This is the blade of destruction. One of the legendary demon emperors resides within this sword."
Oh, it's an emperor in
How
there.
could a mortal so easily withstand such a
Oh
weapon?
shit, they did that shit just like that one nigga, the other the other nigga that got the white hair. He like the old niggas. He was stuck in the sword too, wasn't he? Cause like Gohan picked him up or something. I don't know. Supreme Kai, the
Now
other
taking
Supreme
his own
Kai.
turn, is quick to already cock back his own right fist and striking the swordsman square in the chest.
That mean you not really using that sword correctly,
Sending
bro.
Guts
That
right
sword
back to
is
the
not.
as the impact makes
Nah.
itself shown. As the callous
That
Vegito,
sword don't
filled
give you
with
full
ominous
power,
aura,
gang.
would then say, "A legendary
That demon emperor could probably
with
give him
that
more
sword?
power. That's
What
why
an
he's so
interesting
weak.
thing to say. And you believe for some reason these demon emperors would have some effect on me? I don't know how strong those things are supposed to be, but a possible explanation for why they don't affect me is
Lucifer.
because now I too am a demon."
Okay, alright.
As Vegito, with a truly frightening look,
The
then lets
Lucifero?
out a chilling line, just like he did once before.
Wait,
and
how
yet
he got a
again,
yellow
as
eye?
He says this playful joke. Behind him, the silhouette of what looks like a true devil form creature.
Tell you that's
appears
Lucifero.
right behind him.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. Like the nigga got Lucifero.
Demon! Instantly shell-shocking Guts like never before as he stays stunned with his eyes wide open.
Is he a demon? Cause that nigga got yellow eyes too.
And he begins to mutter, "No, this feeling I'm getting, it cannot be.
It's Lucifero.
This mortal, is he the second coming of Lucifer?"
See what the
For
fuck
sake
I
of
tell
Venom,
you?
No, for the sake of the entire multiverse, I must stop him here and now.
I knew it.
Giving the Black Swordsman no choice
Okay,
now
relax,
but to unleash
cooler.
his maximum power, unleashing a truly godly amount of ki and power that we had never seen the likes of, far beyond any angel and any destroyer could even dream of. As somehow the Earth manages to contain it without exploding. From a distance, all we can see is a massive beam of ki shooting into space, as waves and waves of thunderous wind and debris blow all over the island.
This nigga just abandoned the sword. He said, "Fuck the
While
sword."
Vegito, now losing his smile and looking on seriously as he respects what he sees, then comments, "So, he's finally showing his true power. The power of the five strongest. This will be my greatest test yet." And just like that, as if they were on a time limit, the two monstrous warriors rush in at each other to give the universe a battle of more power than it had ever seen since the dawn of creation. As Vegito, covered in his signature black lightning, launches with fury in his eyes, while Guts, now almost ripping his mask as his teeth are bared, screams as he shoots towards the God Killer. But Vegito starts off the exchange, throwing an energy beam straight at Guts while he rushes forward. This again, I'll just dodge it again and... But as the beam finally reaches him, Guts finds himself forcefully having to deflect it with his blade, as the fragmented parts shoot behind him to create explosions in the back. Inside thinking, damn it, even his energy blasts are far more powerful and intense than before. I have to fight everything head on now.
Nigga, Hakai his blade, bro. Hakai the fucking blade, bro.
And a vision on his mind to end the God Killer once and for all. All the while,
Like, why we
Vegito
fighting fair?
preemptively shifting his body backwards. But as we see multiple after images of Guts' arm
Is he about to
and
grab
sword
it?
slicing in all directions, trying to get a stab at the God Killer, so too do we see multiple after images of a smiling Vegito too, effortlessly dodging every swipe as if dodging attacks from Yamcha.
Dodging attacks from Yamcha. This nigga Yamcha catching a stray.
Go unrewarded worried, he finally resorts to pure rage, as his muscles visibly bulk up with veins protruding on his biceps. With a terrifying yell, brings down his sword harshly one final time.
I ain't gonna lie, Guts is like very unimpressive.
As instantly, despite the monstrous pulling down on the sharp-edged blade, it stops right in front of Vegito, stone cold and not moving an inch closer to cutting through the God Killer. Is that all? Maybe this was a butter knife after all. As Vegito is then chillingly revealed to have stopped the entire force of the blade with just his bare hands alone, still smiling and not with a single sweat broken. My turn!
My turn!
Done with the humiliation, Vegito finally showcases his own power and speed, and instantly, with a foot that rises out of nowhere, got his uppercutted straight into the sky. And as soon as he does so, Vegito begins powering yet another surprise. Within his right hand, the God Slayer energy blade is engaged once more before... In a shocking sight, Vegito then slices straight through the sword-wielding arm of Guts.
Oh, he cut that nigga arm off.
Precision and unexpected surprise, even the black...
Yo, sometimes I be looking at this shit, I'm all like, what the fuck just happened? I'm like, nigga, what? Nigga, what the fuck this nigga just do?
Moment completely taken by shock until... What? What have you done, demon? As finally the pain and horror of the situation hits the legendary member of the Five.
I just feel like he being hypocritical calling me a demon, because I feel like he a demon too. Like both of y'all got yellow eyes.
No, my blade of destruction! I have no choice. I must wield it with my weaker arm now. As finally the hand begins to separate from Guts' body, automatically opening its clasp, simultaneously freeing the sword.
I personally would have Hakai right now.
Desperately attempts to grab it with his last remaining arm. And eventually, the legendary sword is caught once again, firm and safely. But unfortunately not by Guts, and instead by our hero, Ultra Vegito the God Killer, as he comments, "Whoa, this is a heavy one."
I ain't gonna lie, it's better off in Vegito's hand.
No! Give that back now! You will pay 1,000-fold if you take even one swing of that blade! I warn you! You have no idea what lurks within!
Oh, that nigga about to unleash some shit. He about to unleash some shit. I already know that one swing Vegito about to do is about to be crazy. This demon emperor about to let all his power and abilities go out. Now he got like, oh, I'm on the right side. I'm on the right side of the fence. Now I'm about to let this nigga have it. You gonna trap me in this fucking sword and then use me to do good shit to bless the world, nigga? Got this, nigga. Oh,
just swings the blade down and says,
y'all putting demon emperors and weapons and shit.
You did mention something about a demon emperor.
Right.
Well, hopefully, just like the Z-sword, once I break this thing in half, slamming it on your forehead, maybe...
Slamming it on your forehead?
Because Lord knows, I need a new challenge after facing a weakling like you.
I wouldn't even slam this shit on his forehead.
When did you... And suddenly, just as soon as Vegito had said this, as if using...
What if we suck him in the sword too?
Vegito suddenly then appears right in front of Guts.
And then like assimilate the sword into Vegito's body. Like, come on now. I'm saying.
I just wanted to see the fear in your eyes before I kill you. And for a moment, there is a deathly silence as neither side moves. One not moving being so paralyzed in fear, while the other doesn't make a move in an act of intimidation until... Blade of Destruction! Vegito with his mouth wide open then yells out the words only previously uttered by Guts, activating the destroyer powers of the sword and... Immediately then making perfect use of the sword he just stole, effortlessly swiping in all directions, but perfectly slicing through 4 particular spots.
I was expecting him to like do a slash where like he, you know, split the sea or some shit. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of lame. It's kind of lame.
As in the aftermath, we then see where those spots were, as in a horrific scene with blood-curdling screams. Guts, the master swordsman, a legendary member of the Five, has both his arms and legs cut off instantly.
I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of underwhelming.
And all by his
I'm gonna wait for it though.
With a look of pure astonishment, he can only mutter as the blood falls out. My sword, what have you done? While each of his cut off limbs,
he is the weakest, so like, you know what I'm saying, this fight being that crazy, I can't expect it to be that crazy.
In the end though, Vegeta does not give his victim so much as a glance, as he stares into the stolen sword and says, not bad at all. Seems this blade can not only repel destruction power, but it can wield it too. Thanks for the gift, my friend, you're too kind.
I mean, but is you gonna assimilate this shit though?
I hope you don't mind. As Vegeta then slowly but surely begins taking measured steps toward the burst. And Guts, now
he about to take that nigga's soul.
Just murmurs, no,
yeah.
Stay away.
He about to suck your soul like an OnlyFans model, nigga.
Leaving Vegito to eventually stand above the helpless swordsman, looking down as he goes,
assimilate!
No, like that.
Assimilate!
Now before I take that energy of yours, do you be like that? I thought we were starting to become friends. Now, before I take that energy of yours, do
Yeah,
you
we
have any
got
last
words.
words, Guts? As Vegito then slowly brings his grip right for the throat of the swordsman, leaving Guts to panic and yell, watching
Now he about to
helplessly,
be in Guts' guts.
You keep your filthy hands off me, God Killer!
Holy
Spitting
shit.
final words for such a weakling, Guts! As instantly, Vegito cuts short the final remarks and grabs Guts hard, beginning his energy absorption immediately
Oh,
as
fuck.
Black Aura seeps deep into
Why
his
you have to
skin.
grab the nigga hard, bro?
And with Guts having so much more energy than any god and angel before him, the
Yeah,
process is
that
not fast,
shit.
allowing him to yell in terror as it happens.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh my!
I know he feeling
And
that
Vegito
shit.
absorbing the energy for the longest time he's ever had to, then comments with a grin, "This power, it's
Yeah, that
unbelievable.
shit ridiculous, I already
It's
know.
never ending. You are so far beyond anyone I have ever fought before.
Okay, pause.
This energy is going to take me to a whole
It's
new
getting
level.
real sexual in this.
Keep
I'm just,
going.
you know, oh,
Give me everything
yo.
you have, Guts.
Pause.
So, in a greedy rage,
This shit
raises
getting real sus, niggas. Yo, this shit getting sus as fuck. It's the most sus chapter he didn't drop, nigga. What the fuck? Bro, this nigga said it's never ending. Keep going, Guts. Yo, don't say that nigga name. Do not say that nigga name while you doing this, bro. It's not right. It's not. No.
going. Give me everything you have, Guts.
Yo.
Vegito, in a greedy rage, raises the swordsman's entire body up into the air, as if he were a water bottle with some final drops of water to shake out. Your energy is mine!
Yeah, this nigga
Vegito
eyes
soon begins to
both
struggle,
black now.
taking in the unfathomable amount of ancient energy and power.
He don't even got the
coming
M
from
on his head no more.
His teeth gritted, his body struggles to contain it all.
Holy
But
shit.
eventually, everything is taken. And with Vegito grabbing
Yeah,
so
that nigga's
hard,
a
at the
husk
very
now.
end, he snaps the swordsman's neck too, killing him instantly in the process. Tossing
Well,
him
at
down
least he
like
get to
a
go to
big
heaven,
cloud,
right?
as if it were a piece of trash.
They can just wish you back with the Super Dragon Balls.
Before, now left standing, looking into the palm of his left hand, now covered in his own black lightning, overflowing with energy like never before.
I know the
A smile
Daishinken or
creeps
God,
across the
Grand
God
Priest, I know
Killer's
he
face
pissed. He
as
ain't
then
wishing you
comments,
back.
So, this is the kind of power I must wield to defeat those two. What an amazing feeling. What a rush. I've never felt anything like this before. I need more! And immediately out of nowhere, Vegito then screamed at the top of his voice
Damn,
as all the
bro.
incredible
This nigga about to fight 4 more of them niggas and then go fight the Grand Prix. With the exception of 2 more gods. Like, I ain't gonna lie, his fight with the Grand Prix got to be crazy, bro. Like, you got to make that some crazy shit, like the most insane shit ever. Like, I have to be mind blown. You know what I'm saying? Like, after I'm done watching that fight, I have to have nutted in my pants. No cap. You know what I'm saying? I have to have climaxed at least 8 times in the fight. No cap. Straight up.
energy within him begins to explode outwards. And there, as the aura becomes larger and larger, and in rapid timing, and from a distance, eventually we see a
Jesus
total
Christ, this
energy
nigga did a
encompassing
final
the entire
atonement,
island,
bro.
beginning to generate from Vegito alone. It even almost appears as though Vegito is self-destructing from the power.
See?
Unfortunately, he's not the only one there. Oh,
Oh, shit.
What? No.
They're like, they getting erased.
Everyone, get out! As the Z Fighters 2, despite their huge distance away, all become lost in the light of Vegito's almighty new level of power. But that was it for today's video.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie, out of all the fights, this one was kind of like lackluster. It was kind of lackluster. But I'm gonna just say that the other 5 strongest, I'm gonna say them shit's gonna be lit. I'm have faith. Cause I think I get what he's doing. He's setting it up to where he's using other anime characters like Guts. I seen Madara. I don't know who else he about to pull from, you know, but I think I see what he's doing, you know, and I don't know who's gonna come in what order, you know, but I definitely think it's gonna be, you know, the rest of them gonna be some interesting things, especially the Madara one, because like there's so many ways you could take that fight and just so much you could do, and on top of that, he's probably gonna get the Genjutsu. What if he gets an Infinite Tsukiyomi? He already got a Susanoo, so possibly make his Susanoo even stronger with armor. I'm just saying, the possibilities are endless. The more you know. So yeah, that's my thoughts.